9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's go to default. Ooh. All right, how about now? Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me? Let's see, mic settings. Ooh, now you can hear me. Okay. There we go. Okay, we almost had it. Almost. All right, so good to see you. Thank you very much for hanging out with me tonight. We are streaming live to the YouTube, and we got some different programming challenges that we're going to partake in tonight. So I'm very curious, actually, as to understand what it is that you'd like to see. But we're gonna start with some programming challenges that I've been working on, and we'll kind of go from there. All right, let's get some music, and then we'll go from there. So, and then hopefully these are things you can hear, because I'm still kind of at the point where, yeah, I don't think you can hear this. I don't think this is coming through. Wired connection. So here, this is what I'm looking at right here. So if you can see this, you can see this. You can't see this. So audio is not working. Okay, so we're gonna go without audio for right now. So thank you very much for hanging out with me. We got probably about, I would say, about a half an hour of just like hanging out, doing some programming tasks, kind of catch up to where I'm at. What I've been working on. Excited to share this with you, and yeah, all of this is we're gonna go live, and we're doing it. So first things first, we're actually gonna log in. We got these different phone numbers that we've been working with. So this is the account we're testing with on Twilio, and we got some phone number business here. So I'm not sure how much I should share or how much I can share, but perhaps we'll just delete this recording afterwards. So hopefully you didn't get that. I think that's pretty difficult to get into, but we're going into some live accounts here. This is the real deal. So the main thing is actually the studio account. We're doing some flows here. And really what this is all about is some kind of testing around. So we have this phone number over here that we've been doing this automation stuff with. So it's like we call it like a voter lookup. And we do have this portal. Again, not sure how much I should be sharing here, but hopefully you enjoy this. So the voter agent, I'll just kind of explain what I've been doing here. This has been a lot of testing here, but it's a web hook. And what this web hook does is it waits and listens from over on Twilio. So right over here, it sends a message over via post, and then it has a from and a body. And it either it'll do one of two things. Either it gets a successful reply, or it craps out over here and it doesn't. It says nothing supported, or it couldn't find a voter record. And from inside here, this workflow. So really everything over here and everything over here, none of this is being used. So really everything here on top is what's actually communicated. Might be helpful actually to create some sticky note and to kind of describe what's going on over here, but see, I don't even know if there we go. I can do this. Yeah. So we got a sticky note, And basically what this does is a replier replies with found voter data, and then looks to virtual private server for or actually sends query to voter database and responds with matching voter data. So that's pretty much all it does. So it's pretty straightforward. Dude, I do not like these colors. Hopefully this is actually updated in the new version. I want some like really pristine, like bright custom colors, not this select these different options here kind of stuff. So but yeah, then so sets the message. So in this case it passes over a body. So here's the web hook, and then it goes over here. It interprets this. So this is kind of important here. Your responsibility is to interpret the text provided here. So just some random, some whatever somebody says. So it could be like a first name, last name exact, or it could be like, hey, look up this voter. Whatever the case is, it's not a form fill, so it just interprets natural language and then determines what is a first name, what is a last name, what is a zip code, what is a city, and then it provides it into each one of these different fields. So as like a JSON. The key here is that we're using ChatGPT 5 codecs, so it's more optimized towards coding, and that's the key way. I mean, it's really simple AI kind of stuff, but it interprets and it sends back a formatted message, so I don't have to program code. I guess with the exception here, I need to parse this data out, so it's not perfect. I wish it would send out parsed or JSON parsed message. So it takes in text, and then it does some stuff with it. Maybe in the future, maybe there's something else here. I haven't been going through this too detailed, but yeah, it would be nice if it just took exactly what I asked for and just parsed it out. So actually, when I'm doing these live streams, I do actually appreciate the kind of feedback that usually allows me to make these kind of changes. So so that's always fun. Let's see here. So yeah. So we get any chats over here, then let's go down over here. Perfect. I got some chats going on, so in case y'all are chatting with me, we're good. So yeah, and then it does this HTTP request, and so it takes each of those bits of information, so it sends it over to this URL via get method, and it does that interpretation. So pretty straightforward. But yeah, that's about it. So then it gets back some voter data. So this is kind of the other magic. Hello from in support. This is the name. This is the party. This is a calculated party. This is the zip code. And then reply stop for any notifications. So we get to put some line breaks in there. It works pretty well, I have to say. And then it responds all of that data back to over to here. So it gets this information, parses that out. So widgets. So widgets, I guess, is. Oh, how did I set this up? Well, it's in body, so it looks for part. I guess here it's looking for from over here. So these are all. So anyways, it's a widget of type HTTP_2. So that's this. Parses it out as body, and then it displays it back. So this is what it responds with. Very straightforward, very simple. Nothing complex here, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's see, is there anything else interesting about this? Perhaps what we could do is actually look at that server. So we're doing this all through DigitalOcean. Let me perhaps log in a little bit different way and get to show you kind of how this looks. So all very fun stuff, actually. Very, very cool stuff. So, yeah, basically from here, we have this database. We're using DuckDB. So I have some like files and such, some help files, kind of how I keep things organized, and it works pretty well. Agent, I think we're calling this agent search utility. Hopefully that's what it is. Nope. Lane chain. There we go. So yeah, get to show you a little bit under the hood of what's going on here. So we go to that folder. I do not have any of this memorized. Actually, that's kind of how simple I've made it for myself. But able to look into there. A lot of this was the server was actually set up with AI. So I'm not really an administrator of databases and such. So that's kind of it. But it works. It works. Okay, so some of the things that I actually have been doing, I think is important, is checking the size of the disk. So we're at about 82% utilization. We're using about 39 of 48 gigs. So this database is quite large, and but it does work. Okay, so the location of our database. So this is where we're at. So this is kind of where I start asking some questions, but so these are some of the commands that we did. We looked at the voters, created these different databases, and we started making some changes to it. So give you kind of a idea of what's going on. Here, maybe this is just a selecting. So you can kind of see as it goes through this database, it's quite large. Normally, like this kind of stuff would take just a few seconds, but it's got to go through, I think it's somewhere around 22 million records. But yeah, let me see. This kind of gets a little bit crazy here because, yeah, some of these commands that we were doing had mostly to do with like how we were managing the database. So I don't have any like really simple. So we're doing like some comparisons in this particular case of county names and comparing state voter IDs, and then to kind of see what was unique. And so what we were aiming for was, okay, where there was like duplicates, it would show something like equals to. So this will give you kind of a sense of some of the queries. I think this one will actually yield some results here, but it'll show something where basically there was duplicate values, and so then when we found out that there was duplicate values, then we wanted to remove or find the difference of. So we're like comparing like these 15,000 voter record databases and creating new ones based off of it, and then from what was overlapping. So think about like a Venn diagram. So anything that was overlapping with like 2 or more records, we took that overlap, created our own database, separate database, and then so those 31,000 records, yeah. So we found, yeah, there was 31,000 voters that shared the same voter ID, but they were also in different counties. So we knew, for example, when there was like an overlap of those 31,000 voters, and they lived in a different county but with the same voter ID, well, we just assumed that they just moved. So that was a pretty good indication to us. They were, they truly were like duplicate voters. So yeah, we went through those kind of scenarios. Forget what else we did, but that kind of gives you a sense of the deal. So we're getting like new voter data, and what we're gonna do is import that as part of a new batch, and we'll have to go through all the same different things that we did before. So I don't have all of this automated, but you can kind of get a sense of what we're trying to do here. Okay, so I said about a half an hour stream. I don't get anybody viewing. So no worries there. Actually, no worries. If truly, actually, if you kind of like what you saw here, what I'm kind of aiming to do with this stream is kind of ramp this up to the point where we're actually, we have some like planned content. This was more of an ad hoc kind of show you what we were doing kind of stream. And if there was anything that in particular that you want to see, dude, I gotcha. Those are the kind of things I'm all about. So we're using like N8N, we're using Twilio for some of the telephonography, we're using website, we're using WordPress. What else are we doing? We got like a number of different kind of like things that we're doing. Even just to get the stream up online, this was something that we were, that little intro that you saw, that was something else that we were doing. So we got a lot of stuff on the table, really like in support, right? So one of the things that you need to know about this, it's just really more of like a, project of technology, and how other people can make money in the sense of you're doing something, and really around AI. I think really any kind of technology nowadays should include some kind of aspects of AI, whether you're building this locally on your machine or you use this in the cloud. Like I mostly do because it's just more cost effective. You definitely subscribe, like this video, all about that kind of stuff. So thank you, actually. Thank you. Very cool stuff. Very, very amazing times, honestly, in technology. I'm very excited about it. You get a lot here, a lot of different directions to go, and when it comes to actually coding, this is the kind of stuff that anybody can do. Quite honestly, it's not really that difficult in the sense, but putting a lot of concepts together and challenging different kind of directions that you can go in your own coding. So you really have to understand, I kind of perhaps at the level and how I'm teaching it, I'll go through some kind of basics, but we're not going through what each of these different commands means. We have to understand what they're doing. We have to understand the concepts of what we're asking, but we don't necessarily go into actually how we develop or how we write certain lines of code. So it's not difficult in that sense. So kind of, I think it's good. I wouldn't say beginner, but kind of novice. If you're like a script kiddie, I don't know if you've heard that terminology before, but basically kind of like hacking away at some code and see what happens. Not really real production code. That's what we're really about. Is those who are actually really interested in developing different applications. So the other thing I'm going to do, this needs to be the full screen. Like we're just on we're on this like console window, and you need to see the real thing. So we're going to update the stream a little bit. So more to come. These are things that I think are really important for really anybody. So somebody just out of high school and you're looking to kind of level up and kind of get a good foundation for like what's out there. What are the different things you can do just yourself? That's what the stream's about. So talked enough about that. I just really appreciate you being here, and thanks for watching. This is definitely one of those things. I know it's like oversaid, but truly like that. This is This is one of my hobbies, passions, whatever you want to call it. It's a time waster. So these are fun things to share with you, and I hope you also enjoy it too. So stay tuned, come back, and take care. Thanks.